All right, Corbin, everyone wants to know what everyone did on the bye week, but what didn't you do on the bye week?
I didn't do a lot of things.
And that's awesome, right?
Yeah, most of the time was spent in the cool basement of mine, either on a couch or on a bed, just sleeping. But yeah, I think that's what a lot of guys did.
It seems like anytime the bye week shows up, everyone wants, is this a good time for this team to have a bye? Did you guys feel it was a good time for you, and if so, why?
I think for sure, because this is a little bit past the midway point, and if you have the bye week too early, sometimes it's like you're not banged up enough to really get the full recovery. So I think we're at a good point where it's like, okay, everyone's pretty banged up, everyone has their little things, so we all need to rest.
We're looking at your elbow. You have a brace on. Everything okay? You're doing
Oh yeah, I'll be good. This is just an accessory for looks.
It's for fun?
Yeah, this is for fun. Just wanted to try it out, take it out for a spin. Yeah.
Before the interview, I said, you have the handsome Taniela look.
Yeah, handsome, J.J. Watt, whatever.
That's right, J.J. Watt. That's
exactly.
A good one,
You in the pink, did you choose the pink, by the way? Is this like a new thing?
They gave it as an option. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and so it's like,
nice pull.
Why not?
Why not?
Nice.
Exactly. So let's recap the Hawaii game. That was a performance that I think was needed for everybody. You guys, the fan base, how refreshing was that performance to win in that way?
It was, like you said, exactly what we needed. Looking back on that, I was like, there's definitely things, of course, there's always stuff you can do better, but it's like, that's exactly what we needed. Everyone needed it, the fans, the players, the coaches, everybody. And so coming off a win like that is huge for us in how we're going to play the rest of the season.
Defensively, and you were talking about this a little earlier, you said that from the defensive standpoint, you guys kind of had a little change of mindset. Instead of, stopping what the other team was doing, you guys were kind of laying out the hits. You guys were the ones that were being the aggressor instead of waiting for the offense to come to you guys. What was that change about?
I think the biggest thing is when you're not playing, like, defense players are aggressive in nature. That's just the way defense is, and everyone loves that about it. But if you're not playing aggressively, then there's hesitation. You allow for big plays to happen, and so I think everyone was like, we have to be the aggressors because we want to make the big plays. And that's just our mentality. And so let's stop waiting for people to punch us and let's punch them first.
2 sacks for you in that game, 6 on the season. How have you felt you've performed this year?
It's been pretty decent. It had its highs and lows, and so hopefully we can just keep doing well with it.
Are you guys, I know that you guys don't like to look ahead. It's all about the next game. You guys are 2 games away from getting bowl eligible, and I know that's one of your goals. How happy are you guys that you are on that path to be able to achieve the goals that you guys have set at the beginning of the year?
I think that's a big deal for us. And, last year not being able to go to a bowl game, that definitely hits you right in the heart because this program and the way BYU runs, bowl game just comes usually. Like you can't think of BYU football and think, oh, are we going to a bowl game? It's usually just an automatic. So for that to not happen last year makes this year huge for us. So to be on track means the world to everyone. And
you've equaled last year's win total, which is of note as well. Now you have Northern Illinois coming to town. This is a team that's played 3 Power 5 teams, lost those, but have won all 4 MAC games. Offense has struggled. What do you think of the Huskies?
I think they're going to be a tough team. And I think we have to go into our preparation this week thinking that, everyone says it, but you can never look down on an opponent. And to beat them the way we want to beat them, it's going to take just as much preparation as every other week.
Well, and this is a team that's going to run the ball. You've faced a lot of teams over the last month or so that comes in with a prolific passing attack. This is a team that's going to want to run the ball and try and make that the offense.
Yeah, exactly. Even thinking about it, like just the mentality of their offense and running the ball makes me think of Wisconsin because that's how they are. It's just kind of this old school hard-nosed football, and I love that because when teams run the ball, it's just man versus man, and it's best man wins.
It's like a Midwest thing, right? The MAC and the Big Ten, it's like regional.
Exactly.
Zach Wilson starts against Hawaii, and there was this, it seemed like an injection of energy into the entire team. What kind of difference did that make for the defense, having a different quarterback on offense?
I think the biggest thing is that, when you're able to, you kind of gain energy off of each other. It's just kind of the snowball effect. And so when the offense is rolling, it gets us even more excited. And things start to go well for us as well. Sometimes when you're just trying to create your own energy and then keep it out there the whole game without anyone else feeding it, then it kind of slowly just deteriorates. But to have the offense going like they were, it was awesome for the defense.
How would you defend Zach Wilson?
How would I defend Zach Wilson? The way I defend all mobile quarterbacks. I'd spy, man. I'd spy on that guy.
The interesting thing about Zach is at no point in that game against Hawaii did he ever look like the moment was too big or that he was overwhelmed with anything. How rare is that? Not just in a young player, but in a young quarterback.
Oh, that's huge. And that kind of separates guys that are younger on how they handle the game. Because, guys can have all the talent in the world, but when they get out onto the big stage or the first game out in college in front of everyone's eyes, that's where you really see like their maturity level. So for him to come out and did what he did was just incredible.
How much interaction do you have with the offense? Because there are special teams moments. You might be in on some of those, right? Mm-hmm. But how much do you talk to Zach Wilson in the Hawaii game?
During the Hawaii game?
Yeah.
To be honest, in the game, it's a lot of separation because as soon as defense comes off the field, we go straight to talk to our coaches. And same thing with offense. And so most of the time, my interaction is just yelling at the top of my lungs, like, let's go offense, stuff like that. And every now and again, like special teams, or if they do something great, like you're able to high-five them and whatnot, but not a ton of interaction.
We talked about being on the path, and with 5 games remaining in the regular season, do you like the trajectory that this team is now going on with 5 games to go the way you're playing with another month and a half or so to go?
Yeah, I think, we're in a great place. We could be in a better place for sure, but for where we're at, I think, like you said, we're on a great trajectory to do great things the rest of the season.
Do you like afternoon games?
Afternoon games are nice, with it getting a little bit cooler. It's nice to have a little bit of warmth for a bit.
Do you care if the game's way late? Because a typical home BYU time has become 8:20 kick, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you have to wait all day.
Yeah. It's kind of a weird thing. You have to manage your time well. You have to manage doing nothing well for those late games.
You seem like you do that really well, Corbin.
Yeah, I'm still learning. I'm still learning how to do nothing well, but it's a good time.
It's an acquired skill. Jason's excellent at it.
Well, yeah. Hey, here's the thing.
We share an office. I see it all the time.
Enjoy the afternoon because it was announced that the Boise State game's another 8:15 kick the following week.
There we go. Now I'm just going to have to get my planner out and make sure I get everything penned in.
You still have a planner from your mission, or are you a digital guy?
I went digital.
Yeah.
I like the hard copy, but it would just get wrecked, and then I was that weird guy that still carried it for a good year after the mission, and people would ask me oh, you're that guy, and I'm like, yeah, that's me.
There are plenty of those guys on this campus, don't you worry. Well, good luck this week against Northern Illinois, and have fun in an afternoon game.
Hey, thank you very much.